Hey guys, this is the Curlified. So today I'm going to be giving you some makeup tips and tricks. This video is going to be concentrating on brushes you need and also in general like things you need to apply makeup like mascara, eyeliner, so forth. Just things you should think about having in your makeup bag. So let's go ahead and get started. Um, so in terms of brushes, you absolutely need, well, first of all, you need a wedge sponge to apply concealer and foundation. I wouldn't recommend using a brush for concealer or foundation, but if you do want to use a brush for under eye concealer or blemish concealer, I would recommend using one of these. You can get it at any drugstore. It's very flat, very stiff, and it just kind of glides right on. But I would definitely recommend using a wedge sponge. You can get this at any drugstore. It comes in packs, pretty cheap. I've already used it, and you just, swipe the concealer under there, and for foundation, you just apply it all over. And it's really simple and easy to use. For blush, you want a big fluffy brush like this. I got this at Target for like $5 or $10. You need, a brush that's going to be easy to just kind of swipe the blush on. So yeah, so you definitely need one of these. You also need a face powder brush. Now this is basically the only brush that you cannot really get at any drugstore. I think you can get like a version of this that looks kind of like this, but is not exactly the same. You can only really get this on eBay. I got this for like $25 or $30 on eBay, and I know that sounds expensive, but I find it really worth it. It's called the Jane Iredale The Handy. It's called The Handy, again, Jane Iredale, and it's made out of goat hair. And that's why it's so expensive. And for some reason, I find that my face powder looks so much better if I use this than any other face powder brush out there. I find that this is honestly the best thing you can possibly buy in terms of a face powder brush. I think it's perfect. If you want flawless coverage with your face powder, I definitely recommend this. So I'll put this in the description in case you guys didn't catch the name. Yeah. So, but in terms of face powder brushes, you want something that looks similar to this, obviously. Round, fluffy, something that you can just, in circles, just all over with your face powder. Then, in terms of also face powder, this brush or any face powder brush, any big brush isn't going to be good at getting under eye. They're not going to be good at getting underneath your eyes like you want to cover dark circles or anything like that. So if you guys use under eye concealer, it might be easy to use a brush like this to set it flat while fluffy at the same time. You can get this at any drugstore, really. Remember, it has to be kind of flattish while being still kind of fluffy and soft. And it's good for just setting your concealer with face powder. You just dip this in your face powder and you just kind of, pat it in there. So this is really good. I definitely recommend this. Then, moving on to eyes, you definitely need an all-over eyeshadow fluffy brush. I call them fluffy brushes because they're really fluffy. I got this at Target for a few bucks. It's really fluffy. It's good for applying all over lid color. It's really reliable. You just brush it all over your lids and you're done. Good to go. Really easy and simple to use. Really reliable. I would definitely, if you're applying eyeshadow at all, ever, you should definitely think about getting a fluffy brush. Then, in terms of blending, you need a blending sort of brush to blend away harsh colors. If you've used more than one color on your lid for like a darker or more dramatic effect, you want this kind of brush. It can even be a little smaller than this if you want, but you just need it to like, maybe more smoky or blend away harsh tones or anything like that to make it look more natural, like it's all blended together. So you definitely want this kind of brush. I got this as a gift, so I'm not sure where you can get this. I'm sure you can get it at any drugstore though. Then you also need a dome-shaped brush like this. This is for creating a winged effect with eyeshadow or getting in the crease. This is really good to have. I would really also like this. I got this at CVS for a few bucks. I like this because it comes with another brush on the other side. And this is good for applying color right underneath your eyebrows, more above your lid. Like if you want to create a lighter color here to highlight or something like that, this is really good for just swiping it across and making it really easy. You can do it in 1 or 2 strokes. And again, you can get this at CVS. It has the dome shaped on one side, and then the right underneath the brow bone color on the other side. And it's it's really wide and fluffy and flat all at the same time. And I think that's really cool. So this is a really great buy. Also, you need you need an angled brush. This is a must-have if you want to ever apply color like under right above your upper lash line. If you want to turn any eyeshadow you have into eyeliner, you just dip it in a tiny bit of water, and then you dip it in your eyeshadow, and you can create any eyeliner using that method. And you know, it's just this is good for detail and for just creating really defined lines. It's also good if you want to put eyeshadow on your lower lash line. So this is absolute must-have. Slanted eyeshadow brush. I got this at Sephora, but you can get it at any drugstore basically. You can find this really anywhere for pretty cheap. Also, I wouldn't consider this mandatory to have really, but I find it really helpful in basically any creases or you know, eyeshadow underneath or really anything, even, you know, on the inner corner. If you want to create a lighter color on the inner corner, you can use this sort of brush. You can get this at any drugstore. It's a really thin, but still fluffy and pointed. Kind of like the dome brush, but not really as pointy. So I would definitely recommend getting this. Not mandatory. You can do without, but I like it. I find it helpful. Then another must-have is this flat guy right here. You absolutely always need a flat eyeshadow brush. This is really good and I totally recommend it because it can be used for basically anything. You can use it for getting in the crease, you can use it for underneath, you can use it for the inner corners, you can use it for along the upper lash line, you can use it for up above, you can really use it for anything. This was a few bucks at the drugstore. Extremely useful. You should definitely get this. Then I'm pretty sure that's it for in terms of eye brushes. I think that's about it. A really great tool to have along with a an eyelash curler. You definitely need an eyelash curler to curl your eyelashes. But if you want to curl your lower eyelashes, or if you want to get clumps out of your upper eyelashes or lower eyelashes, this is a great thing to have. They're free at Sephora or really any beauty store. They're free, or you can get them at the drugstore in like packs. If you get like a pack of eyeshadow brushes, or if you get a pack of brushes at all, this will definitely come with that. I'm not sure what it's called, but it's really good for getting clumps out and kind of after you curl and apply mascara, it's really good for just kind of like getting in there and getting all the clumps out, and also for curling your lower eyelashes because I find that that's really hard to do. It's also really hard to get clumps out of your lower eyelashes, and I find that this is excellent in doing that. So I absolutely recommend this. And yeah, and I think that's it for brushes. And the wedge sponge. Again, you can get most of them at the drugstore except for that face powder brush, which I completely recommend, but if it's not in your budget, then you can get a similar version of that at any drugstore, really. Also, things you need besides brushes just for an everyday makeup look, or any makeup look at all. Things that you should probably have in your makeup bag at one point or another. foundation primer and just foundation in general. So foundation primer to help the foundation stay, and then foundation. You don't have to do that every day, but if you want to, that's up to you. Also, face powder. You need a face powder that basically you can wear every day. I wear face powder every day, even if I'm not wearing any makeup at all. I find that it just creates a nice, like, even coverage. You also need eyeshadow. You absolutely need concealer. Absolutely, for blemishes, under eye circles, imperfections, anything. Concealer is an absolute must-have. And again, you need eyeshadow. You also need eyeshadow primer or eyeshadow base. They're the same thing. Then you need a makeup eraser. Revlon makes a great makeup eraser in case you make any mistakes with, I think I usually use it for making mistakes with eyeliner, or especially a liquid eyeliner. And it looks like this, and it's a few bucks at the drugstore or on eBay. And then you obviously need eyeliner. I have liquid and a self-sharpening one. I lost my pencil. I really need to get a pencil eyeliner. Everyone should have a pencil eyeliner. Liquid eyeliner is for more dramatic effects. Pencil is from more like smudgy, smoky, or even it can be defined too. You know, it really depends on how you're applying it. I use one that's self-sharpening. It's in between liquid and it's in between a liquid and a pencil. It's the best way I can really describe it. It looks like this, and it just kind of glides right on, and it has the less intense, it doesn't have the intensity of the liquid eyeliner, but it still has a really well defined, as you can tell I'm wearing it right now. Also, it's not as smudgy or smoky as a pencil eyeliner. I love this stuff. It's really great. Then you obviously need mascara, an eye pencil sharpener, sparkles for putting over eyeshadow if you want a more flirty effect, or if you're going out. Basically, that's it, guys. So that's it for the. Oh, also, what you definitely need lipsticks or lip stain or lip glosses. I'll go over more on that in my next video. But you basically need a few lip glosses, a few lipsticks, basically stuff for creating different colors on your lips. So yeah, so that's all I have for you guys today. Watch my next video. Bye, guys.